Hi guys, Rachybop here, and here is the long-awaited video of all the info from the Apple event that happened on the 10th of September this month 2013. So I'm just going to go through everything they said, a little bit about my thoughts and what's going to be coming up on my channel in response to the information that they gave at the Apple event. So they began by saying that they had some exciting updates and they talked a lot about iTunes, the iTunes Festival and Lady Gaga. Then they went on to mention iOS 7. And they said, soon we'll witness an event where virtually overnight people will download iOS 7 and get a whole new experience with their device. It's pretty amazing when you put it like that. They then went through the major changes within iOS 7, the new interface, the new colour palettes, parallax wallpapers, single swipe control panel for things like airplane mode. I'll be doing a little hands-on video with iOS 7 really soon. We've also made search more convenient than ever before. With iOS 7 you can pull down from anywhere and type what you're looking for and find it just like that. Then they mentioned the changes they've made on Safari, like the 3D tabbing interface. And then Siri. And apparently Siri has higher quality male and female voices. We'll see about that. And you can also ask Siri things like, what's Lady Gaga been saying, and it will pull up all her most recent tweets, which is pretty cool and a quick way of finding out what's been going on. They're also introducing a bunch of built-in ringtones and default text tones. They then went on to talk about the new camera app in iOS 7, including its built-in Instagram-esque features, which basically just means the squared off capability and filters. That's what we mean when we say Instagram. Then they briefly touched on Airdrop, which is iOS 7's one-click peer-to-peer file transfer system. You can open Airdrop on two phones, tap your friend's photo and share pictures straight to their device. They then went on to talk about iOS 7's new music app, built-in iTunes radio support, and that was just a few of the features. Apparently it has over 200 new features in iOS 7. And then they said, getting iOS 7 is so great. It's getting a device that's so much more beautiful and useful than before, but that you already know how to use. iOS 7 will be available free beginning on September 18th. So if you do have a device, don't forget to go General Settings, Software Update on the 18th. Plug it in and update. You're going to be able to do that if you're on the iPhone 4 and later, iPad 2 and later, iPad mini and iPod Touch 5th gen. They then moved on to iWork. iWork has three amazing apps: Keynote, Pages and Numbers, none of which I use. They then talked about how iPads aren't just great for consuming content but also great for creating content. And they have things like iPhoto for your photo editing and iMovie for editing your movies. I use that to do my iPhone channel vlogs. And then they went on to say that those 5 apps that I just mentioned are now going to be free, which is a real bummer if you've already bought them, like me. They're going to all be free on the new iPad, iPhone and 5th gen iPod Touch. Then they went on to talk about iPhones, which is really why everyone was there. There's 2 new designs, not just one iPhone, 2. The first one was called iPhone 5C, and the C does not stand for cheap. It definitely stands for colour. It's an incredible new design and it's very fun and very colourful. It's available in 5 different colours. The entire back and sides are made from a single part, and it's front one glass multi-touch surface. As close as you look you won't see any joints or seams. Each device will come with colour matched wallpaper. Presumably you can change that though. They've also designed some custom cases for the 5C which are really weird. They're soft and cool. Each case has holes cut out, allowing a bit of the iPhone's original colour to pop through. I really don't know what they were thinking. Maybe when I've seen some of these in real life it might click for me, but I really don't get those cases. Back to the iPhone 5C. The back is made from a hard-coated polycarbonate Inside, it's built with a new steel-enforced construction method. It's got a beautiful 4-inch Retina display. Inside, it's powered by an Apple-designed A6 chip, and it has a higher capacity battery than previous iPhones. It's got an 8 megapixel camera on the rear, and it comes in blue, white, red, yellow and green. No pink. They do have the prices on the websites now, so go check those out in your specific country. Okay, so that was it for the first device, the iPhone 5C. Then they moved on to the iPhone 5S. The S stands for Rachybop will be getting this phone. The 5S is the most forward-thinking of our devices. In fact, it might be the most forward-thinking device ever. So this iPhone 5S runs a completely new chip, the A7. The A7 is 64-bit. The world's first and only such CPU in a smartphone. Today we are going to see that Apple will move the mobile computing world from 32-bit to 64-bit in one day. So iOS 7 has been completely engineered for a 64-bit smartphone. All built-in apps have been re-engineered. The A7 is up to 2 times faster than the previous generation of CPUs and handles graphics up to 2 times faster. They then came on to show Infinity Blade 3 on the iPhone 5S. And it also has a new chip called the M7, which works alongside the A7, and the M7 is a motion processor. It continuously measures motion data, accelerometer and gestural data. Okay, so this is going to help specifically with health and fitness apps, and it can identify the user's movement, determining whether you're walking or driving. The battery life is even better than that of the iPhone 5, and it also has a better camera. It's got an f2.2 aperture and a 15% larger active sensor area, and the sensor has 1.5 micron pixels. So before you even take a picture with the iPhone 5S, it's setting light balance and exposure. It's creating a dynamic local tone map around the image, and it's autofocus matrix metering with 15 focus zones. And when you do take a picture, it automatically finds the sharpest of multiple pictures. So the flash in the iPhone 5S has 2 LEDs, one white and one amber, and the camera will analyse the lighting in the room and adjust the colour of the flash accordingly. It also has auto image stabilisation, and there's also a fun new burst mode. So if you hold your finger on the shutter, it can take up to 10 frames per second. And there's slow-mo. The slow-mo app can shoot HD video 720p at 120 frames per second. So let's just guess that the iPhone 6 is going to have 1080p on that. Heard it here first. You can also take 28 megapixel panoramic photos on the 5S. You can auto adjust exposure as you shoot panoramic, adjusting lighting shifts on the fly. And the massive feature that's new with the iPhone 5S is the security. I guess that's what the S kind of stands for. This new feature is called Touch ID, and Touch ID reads your fingerprint. Hashtag unless my fingers get chopped off. The Touch ID fingerprint sensor is capacitive, 170 microns thin, 500 ppi resolution, scans subepidermal skin layers, and has 360-degree readability. No matter how you train the sensor to read your finger, it can read it from any rotation. I'm going to have to see that to believe it. The sensor is built into the home button, which is now made of laser-cut sapphire crystal surrounded by stainless steel detection ring on the top of the Touch ID sensor. You can touch the home button to unlock your phone. You can also make iTunes purchases without typing a password. Every time you use it, it will get better at reading your prints. It can read multiple fingerprints, so it doesn't have to be the same finger, as far as I understand, from any angle. Probably not that angle though. It's never directly accessible by software. It's not stored on Apple servers, as it's never backed up to the iCloud, so technically it's more secure. The iPhone 5S is available in silver, gold and space grey, and the gold is actually less tacky than I thought it would be. I prefer to call it champagne, and I think that's the one I will be getting. Environmentally, the 5S is arsenic free, mercury free, BFR free, PVC free and highly recyclable. The 5C will go up for pre-order on September 13th and both devices will go on sale September 20th. You'll be able to order it on the 20th in the US, Australia, Canada, China, France, Germany, Japan, Singapore and the United Kingdom. For the first time it will be launching in China at the same time as most other countries, and by December they want to have it available in over 100 countries. In Japan, NTT Docomo, which I probably said wrong, will be getting the iPhone for the first time. Yay for them. So that's all the info from the latest Apple event. Let me know your thoughts on the announcements. iOS 7, iPhone 5C, 5S, everything you've heard, let me know your thoughts. I'm hopefully going to be getting the 5S. My contract on the 4S is coming to an end, so I'm hoping to be able to upgrade. I personally like the gold one, so I'm hoping to get that. So stay tuned because there'll be plenty of videos. I've been lucky enough to get my hands on iOS 7 already, so I'll be doing hands-on, I'll be doing Siri videos, all of that coming soon. Really looking forward to getting back into the Apple stuff. So let me know what you want to see, what your thoughts on what you have seen, and yeah, all of that in the comments. I love you guys. Don't forget to like this video, share it with friends and enemies, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.